What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. Today I'm going to be doing a Jordan Love Green Bay Packers rebuild. Today is currently Monday, November 28th. Last night on Sunday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers got injured. Jordan Love came in and pretty much turned the offense completely around, started throwing touchdown passes. He was balling out. So what I'm going to do is, for this video, I'm going to make Jordan Love the starter for the rest of the season. And then if Aaron Rodgers doesn't retire at the end of the year, we're going to trade him away. And we're going to roll with Jordan Love as a quarterback for the entire 5-year rebuild. So the record matches up 4-8, and we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season and see if they can make it into the playoffs with Jordan Love at quarterback. End of the regular season, we finished 7-10, so we didn't do too bad the rest of the way. I guess we went 3-2 to finish off, starting off 4-8, so that's not bad. Check out the season stats over here. We had the number 11th ranked offense, and defensively we were ranked number 9. So let's see, Aaron Rodgers had 2,700 yards, 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 64% completion with the 86 rating. Jordan Love, 1,600 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, 69% completion with a 110 rating. So he had a way better season than Aaron Rodgers did. Rushing yards wise, Aaron Jones had 1,000 yards, 4.9 per carry with 7 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon had almost 600 yards, almost 4 yards per carry with 4 touchdowns. Allen Lazard led the team in receiving yards, 915 and 9 touchdowns. Romeo Doubs had 676 yards, 7 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, 600 yards, 2 touchdowns. Robert Tonyan, almost 600 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Christian Watson, 391 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Quay Walker led the team in tackles with 106. The rookie middle linebacker had a great season. TFL's Kingsley Enagbare had the most with 11 sacks. Rashawn Gary had 6, even though he missed a crap ton of games. Preston Smith had 5. Jaron Reed had 4. Dean Lowry had 3.5. Interceptions, Jair Alexander led the team with 4. Rasul Douglas had 2. Campbell had 1. Stokes had 1. And Adrian Amos had 1. The Cowboys beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 24-19 to win their 6th Super Bowl. And Michael Parsons was Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts won MVP of the regular season with the Eagles. Nick Sirianni won Coach of the Year with the Eagles. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. George Pickens won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Steelers. And Tariq Woolen won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Seahawks. Randall Cobb retired after 12 years. Mercedes Lewis retired after 17 years. Aaron Rodgers did not retire, so we will be trading him away. We have $36 million in cap space. Adrian Amos is a 88 overall star dev, strong safety, 30 years old. He wants 2 years, 26 mil. I think it's worth it to go ahead and offer it to him. He wants to come back nice. Also, Elgton Jenkins is 85 overall star dev, ski and fit at left guard, 27 years old. He's extremely interested in re-signing. I'm gonna offer him this deal. Perfect offer. He's coming back. We only got 9 mil left, so pretty much not gonna be able to bring anybody else. I guess we can try to get Dean Lowry on the defensive line. Alright, he's coming back, and that's gonna be it. We only got 3 mil. Alright, now it's time to go ahead and trade away Aaron Rodgers. At this point, he is 39 years old. He is 87 overall with superstar X Factor. I'm gonna go ahead and put him on the trade block or the trade offers and see. There's no trade packages for this. Nobody wants to offer anything from. Alright, well, I tried trading Aaron Rodgers to a couple of different teams, and even the Houston Texans have the most free salary cap, which is like 70 million. I was able to get like everything to match up as far as the green bar said that it was good to go. But it said that unfortunately we can't do this trade because of it'll put us over the salary cap. I don't understand how it's gonna put them over the salary cap whenever they have like 70 million in cap space. He's only gonna be making 31 million this year, so I'm just gonna have to wait and see if we can trade him at a later point or something. Here in the first round of the draft, we have pick number 12. I had a couple wide receivers 100% scouted that were true top 5 picks, and I was gonna try to trade up for one. And for some reason, the Carolina Panthers decided to draft one, even though they don't have a quarterback. But then after that, there was like a run of like 5 wide receivers in a row that got drafted already, and we're only at pick 12. And there's still a bunch of wide receivers sitting here that look pretty freaking good. So apparently this is the greatest wide receiver class of all time. I'm gonna draft this wide receiver D'Angelo Henry from USC. He's a deep threat, 6 foot, 188 pounds. 21 years old. He has elite agility, great change of direction with elite speed, good acceleration. Skills wise, he has the potential to have A in almost every single thing, so hopefully we get lucky and he has hidden dev and he's a freaking beast. He's got hidden depth with 99 speed and 84 jump, 93 change of direction, 96 agility, 91 acceleration. Wow. Here in the second round, there's still wide receivers sitting here at the top of the draft that are projected to go first to second round. So I'm going to draft this wide receiver, Matthew Thorpe from TCU. He's 6'3", 222 pounds. He's a physical. We really need help at wide receiver. We didn't have any money to spend in free agency, so we definitely need to just build through the draft. This guy's 22 years old. He has good acceleration, great agility, elite jumping with solid speed and great strength. He has the potential to have A and a whole bunch of stuff. He has A, catching traffic, B, spectacular catch, and B, release. He's got normal depth with 90 speed and 96 jumping. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft this tight end, Pete Rudd from Notre Dame. He is 6'3", 251 pounds, possession scheme fit. He has a top fit for the Packers. 21 years old. He has great agility, good change of direction, great speed, solid strength. He has A, catching, B, spectacular catch. Hidden depth with 83 speed. Here in the fourth round, I'm going to draft this free safety, Brian Lynn from Rice. He's 6'3", 208 pounds. He's a run support. 23 years old. He has good speed with elite strength. He's running the fastest 40 in the whole class, so we're taking the chance. He has B hit power. Normal depth with 89 speed. Here in the fifth round, I'm going to draft this defensive end, Justin McMillan from Minnesota. 6'4", 272 pounds. He's a power rush scheme fit. 22 years old. He has good speed with good strength. He's got hidden depth with 81 speed, 85 strength. Nice. Here in the seventh round, I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, Spencer Ricard from Penn State. 6'3", 296 pound, run stop and scheme fit. We're all the way in the seventh round, so we're basically just, taking chances. He looks like a good athlete for a seventh rounder. He has good jumping, good speed, and good strength. He does have F for play recognition and D for injury, but it's a seventh rounder. 87 strength with normal depth. Checking out the draft recap, it looks like we did pretty good with the first 3 picks. The first round wide receiver we drafted, D'Angelo Henry, is a 76 overall. We did see that he has hidden depth. So this freaking draft class must have ridiculous wide receivers, because there was like 5 receivers that went before him. This guy has 99 speed. That's insane, man. 82 ball carrier vision with 71 break tackle. And then the second round receiver we drafted is a 74 overall. He did not have hidden depth, but 74 overall is pretty freaking good for a rookie. He's a little bit slower. He only has 90 speed, but he's more of a jump up in the air guy. It's a physical is what it is. And then this tight end we drafted in the third round is a 75 overall. He did have hidden depth, so that's a good pickup there. He's 21 years old. His speed is only 83, but he can catch the ball with 83 catching, 81 catching traffic, and 79 spectacular catch. And then from there, everything just went to crap. There was someone that we drafted. Who was it? This guy? That was a hidden depth? Yeah, this defensive end. He has hidden depth, so maybe he'll develop after a couple of years. But I'm curious to see what the rest of the draft is looking like. So the number 1 pick was a quarterback. And then I was doing these one by one. And then the Seahawks drafted this wide receiver. I had him 100% scouted. He was a true top 5. So I was like, all right, I'm going to trade up for the Panthers to draft this other guy, Tracy Torrance, because I had him 100% scouted and he was a top 5 also. But then I looked and I was like, man, they need a quarterback really bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the next round, or to the next pick. Boom, they picked him. I'm like, really? So I went back and looked at receivers, and I decided that I wanted to get a certain one, which is the one that we ended up getting. But I went ahead and skipped to the next pick. This wide receiver got drafted, and then this wide receiver got drafted, and then we were able to draft this wide receiver, still a 76 overall. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers that got drafted in the top 12. It's freaking crazy. So what's the highest overall in the whole class is Tracy Torrance, 81 overall, and then Bridges was a 77, and then our guy is a 76, the third highest, and then there's a 75 wide receiver. So yeah, there's a lot of wide receivers up here. It's crazy. Here at the beginning of the next season, and I try to trade away Aaron Rodgers, and now there's offers for him all of a sudden. So I don't understand how we weren't able to trade him before. It kept on saying that whoever we traded him to was going to be over the cap, but now all of a sudden it's going to work. So I mean, I'm glad that we can finally do it. It just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, the Bengals want to give us Jesse Bates. The Bills want to give us Von Miller. The Commanders want to give us Terry McLaurin in a fourth. This is the one I'm probably going to end up taking. Kayvon Thibodeau and 2 first-round picks from the Giants. Heck yeah. Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson would be great also. Here's a first-round pick and also a left tackle. Jamel Dean, 87 corner, and then Kenny Pickett and a first-rounder. Kenyon Green, a first-rounder and a fourth-rounder. And then the Vikings want to give us Justin Jefferson. That one's very, very tempting, but that would not happen in real life ever. The Vikings would never trade Justin Jefferson away. So I think that realistically, I'm going to go with Kayvon Thibodeau and a first rounder this draft and a first rounder the next draft. Could use another pass rusher. And we also could use 2 first-round picks. So that's a deal I'm going to do. This is what the starting lineup is looking like for season 2. Now we got Jordan Love as the starting quarterback. We got Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon at running back. Henry, the first-round pick, is going to be the starting wide receiver for us, number 1. Romeo Doubs is going to be wide receiver 2, is a 74, and then the other wide receiver we drafted is a 74 also. But we're just going to have him playing in the slot. Offensive line doesn't look bad for the most part. I mean, obviously right tackle doesn't look good, but we also got the rookie tight end with Hidden Dev starting for us. Defensively, the linebackers look really good. We have Preston Smith still, so I'm going to go ahead and trade him away. We don't really need him since we got Kayvon Thibodeau. Defensive line, we got Clark at defensive tackle. We got Wyatt at right end. Jair Alexander, 91 X Factor at cornerback 1. And then we got Stokes and Douglas as other corners. Darnell Savage at free safety. Adrian Amos at strong safety. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and trade away Preston Smith since we don't need him. Maybe we can get us another right tackle or something. The Colts had a lot of interest in Preston Smith, and they're willing to give me a second-round draft pick for him, so I'm definitely going to take that for sure. We are leading the division with a 6-1 record, off to a great start. The Vikings are 5-2, the Lions are 4-3, and the Bears are 1-5. See what players we have to negotiate with here. We have negative $16 million in cap space, so we're not going to be able to bring anybody back apparently. Maybe we had a big salary cap penalty for trading Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. We'll see at the end of the year though. End of the regular season, we finished 13-4, won the division. We actually got a first round bye week, so that means that we had the best record in the entire NFC. The Vikings went 10-7, the Lions went 6-11, and the Bears went 5-12. See what happened over here with the player stats. We had the number 1 ranked offense. Jordan Love threw for the 2nd most passing yards in the entire NFL. Number 12 ranked defense. Very nice. Jordan Love threw 5,100 yards, 38 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 69% completion with the 108 rating. That's a freaking great season by him. Aaron Jones had a great season as well, 1,400 yards, 4.8 per carry with 15 touchdowns. AJ Dillon had 13 rushing touchdowns. The rookie receiver D'Angelo Henry led the team in yards with 1,200, and he had 9 touchdowns. The other rookie wide receiver Matthew Thorpe had 1,100 yards with 9 touchdowns. The rookie tight end Pete Rudd had 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns. So our rookies are out here just straight balling. Romeo Doubs had 936 yards, 6 touchdowns. Christian Watson had 400 yards with 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Devondre Campbell led the team with 118 tackles. Dean Lowry had 10 TFLs. Rashawn Gary had 12.5 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau had 7.5 sacks. Kenny Clark had 7, and Dean Lowry had 6. Rasul Douglas had 2 interceptions. Alexander had 2. Rashawn Gary had 1. Campbell had 1. Quay Walker had 1. Amos had 1. Stokes had 1. And Darnell Savage had 1. We're going to be playing against the 10-7 Arizona Cardinals in the divisional round of the playoffs. We also have the Cowboys and the Saints on the other side. The Cardinals beat the 49ers 31-14. We're going to simulate the divisional round and see if we can get this win or not. Are we going to get this dub? And we won 24-21. The next game we're going to be playing against the 12-5 Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Conference Championship. They beat the Rams 27-21 and the Saints 24-21. Playing in Lambeau Field in Green Bay. First quarter we're down 7-0. Second quarter it's tied 7-7. Now we're losing 14-7. Now it's 14-10. 21-10 we're losing in the third quarter. 28-10 in the fourth quarter. Now we're losing 28-17. 35-17. Looks like we're gonna lose the game. 35-24, and we lost. Cowboys beat the Bengals 56-42 to win their 2nd Super Bowl in a row. They got 7 Super Bowls now. Zeke Elliott was Super Bowl MVP. Russell Wilson won MVP of the regular season with the Broncos, and Nathaniel Hackett won Coach of the Year with the Broncos. Yeah, okay. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. We are negative $8 million in cap space, so we're not gonna be able to re-sign Rashawn Gary or AJ Dillon or anybody. So yeah, we're gonna have to bring Jordan Love back. Can't even re-sign him. All right, we're gonna have to figure this out for real. Checking out the team salaries to see where we can free up some cap space. We for sure got to bring Jordan Love back. That's the only person that we for sure got to bring back. Basically, I'm going to release Rasul Douglas. He's on the last year of his deal. We're going to save $9 million. That's going to be the first step. And then I think we're going to have to go ahead and release David Bakhtiari to save $21 million. Either him or Kenny Clark. And I don't even know if that's going to... I don't know, I guess we'll go ahead and release him. Can we trade him away? No, we cannot. Won't even let me release him. Why? Is he injured? Oh yeah, he's out for 18 weeks. What the heck? Alright, I'm gonna have to trade Kenny Clark and see if that helps free up some cap space. I'm gonna trade him to the Texans for running back Dameon Pierce and also a 3rd round pick for 2025 draft. So now since we have Dameon Pierce at running back, we don't need Aaron Jones anymore. Dameon Pierce is still on a rookie deal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's only making $900,000. So if we go ahead and get rid of Aaron Jones as well, he's on the last year of his deal. We'll free up $12 million. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can trade him to. Trading away Aaron Jones to the New England Patriots for a 2nd rounder and a 3rd rounder coming up in this draft. I know this isn't ideal and this isn't realistic, but I had to free up cap space in order to be able to bring Jordan Love back because they were so negative. I had to do what I had to do to make this happen, unfortunately. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Obviously, we need to get Jordan Love back. We're going to be having Dameon Pierce as a starting running back because he's cheaper. We got Henry as star dev. He's playing up to 81. Thorpe was the other rookie receiver. He's playing up to 78. Just has normal dev. The tight end Rudd has superstar dev. Nice. Obviously, we have some issues over here on the offensive line. I mean, we're going to try to see what we can do, but we don't really have a whole bunch of money. Defensive line, obviously, we need another defensive tackle. We're going to need another outside linebacker. Since we couldn't bring back Rashawn Gary, we need another free safety, and we need another corner. So, yeah, we have a bunch of draft picks, though, so we should be able to make some stuff happen here in the draft. We got a little bit of cap space once I made all those moves and I was able to get Jordan Love back. We only got $5 million left in cap space, so I'm getting Jordan Love on a 5-year deal. Bringing in Dean Lowry, bringing him back at the defensive end spot, and then Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle. He's 6'5", 319 pounds, so he should be able to play the nose tackle spot good in this 3-4 defense. Draft in the 1st round, I'm trading up for the number 2 pick in the 1st round. I'm going to give up my 1st round pick 12 and 1st round pick 23 this year and a 2nd rounder next year, and I'm going to draft this top 5 cornerback that looks like a freaking beast. This is the cornerback Marcus McDougald, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, from Iowa State. He's 5'11", 208 pounds. He's a man-to-man scheme fit. He's a true top 5 talent. Like I said, physicals, he has good acceleration, elite agility, elite jumping with great speed. He has A awareness, A catching. He has B man coverage. Zone coverage is a B. He has A tackle, A press. He's got hidden dead with 94 speed and 92 jumping. We have another 1st round pick, number 15 here. I'm going to draft this strong safety, Cooper Ryans from Boston College. He's 6'1", 216 pounds. He's a hybrid. I got him 100% scouted. He's a true 1st round talent. He has good acceleration, good agility, good jumping, great speed with good strength. He has B awareness with A kick return. He has B man coverage and C zone coverage with A hit power. He's got normal dev. Dang, that sucks. 91 speed though. We have another 1st round pick here, number 29. I'm going to draft this left tackle, Ben Crompton from Clemson. He's 6'4", 316 pounds, agile, scheme fit. Only got him 50% scouted, but he looks like a hell of an athlete. Great acceleration, elite agility, great change of direction with elite jumping and great speed. He's got hidden dead with 85 strength. Here in the 2nd round, I have this cornerback, 100% scouted. He's projected to be 2nd to 3rd round, but his true talent is a 1st rounder. Terrence Silver from Oregon State, 6'2", 188 pounds. He's a zone, which is not a scheme fit for us, but the value is too good to pass up. 22 years old, he has elite acceleration with great jumping. It's got normal dev with 90 speed. We have another second round pick here. I'm going to draft this running back, Jaron Robbins from Notre Dame. He's an elusive back, scheme fit, 5'8", 196 pounds. We need another backup running back since we lost Dylan, and we also lost, what the heck was his name? Aaron Jones. Scouting report, he is 21 years old. Physicals, he has good acceleration, great agility, great change of direction, elite jumping, only solid speed. He's got hidden dev with 90 speed, nice. Still in the third round, we have this left tackle, J.D. Eubanks from Kansas. I'm going to draft him. He's 6'6", 315 pounds, agile, scheme fit. He looks like he could potentially be good. He's not the best athlete ever. He's solid and good and everything. But he has A impact block, and he has the potential to have A in his lead block and pass block and his stamina. So got normal dev, 85 strength, probably not that good. 44 change of direction. What the heck? I'm gonna draft this outside linebacker, Alex Moorhead. He's from Oregon, 6'2", 248 pounds, speed rusher. He's 22 years old. We need another pass rushing outside linebacker. He has great speed, and everything else is decent or solid. 84 speed with normal div. I'll let the computer draft the rest of the guys, and first round pick, second overall, was an 80 overall cornerback. Dang, this dude looks like he's freaking amazing. He's got hidden dev. He's 80 overall. He's playing down to 78 for morale reasons. The other first round pick, strong safety, Cooper Ryan's 75 overall. He only had normal dev, but he'll probably end up, he's obviously going to be a starter for us right away. Left tackle Ben Crompton is the third first round pick that we had. He's only a 72 overall, but he does have hidden dev. He'll be starting for us right away at right tackle. Second round pick Terrence Silver, cornerback, 75 overall. He only had normal dev, but couldn't pass up someone that was a true first round talent. And it looks like we got lucky also with this running back in the second round. He's a 75 overall with hidden dev. Also, he will be the backup running back coming in for us on third down. The rest of the guys, they're all in the 60s and 50s, so let's check out the entire NFL draft and see what happened. Number 1 overall pick was a 78 quarterback that went to the Falcons. Highest overall in the entire class was 80 overall cornerback that we drafted. Very nice. Looks like there were some pretty solid guys here in the second round. A lot of second rounders that were 75. This is what the team is looking like for the start of season 3. We had a lot of roster turnover. We didn't really have a choice. We had to make stuff happen to free up cap space. So we got Dameon Pierce starting at running back. And then we got the running back we drafted in the second round. Robbins, 75 with hidden dev as a backup. Henry's up to 80 with star. Thorpe's at 76 with normal. And then we got Romeo Dubs over here at wide receiver 3, 75 overall. So we definitely need to try to do something about wide receiver after this year. See if we can get us a really true elite wide receiver 1. If we actually get some cap space. Offensive line doesn't look too bad. We got Crompton starting at right tackle. Tight end Red is up to 80 overall with superstar. Defensively, we have some holes on here, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Like this outside linebacker spot, we're just going to have to roll with him. We don't really have a choice. We still got Amos at strong safety. Kayvon Thibodeau, Devondre Campbell, Quay Walker. The rookie free safety that I drafted, Ryan's a 75, normal dev. He's going to be starting. Apparently this safety the computer drafted is a hidden dev, but he's only a 67 overall. We got Jair Alexander, he's a 93 with superstar. McDougald is going to be the starter at cornerback 2 with this hidden dev, 80 overall. We do still have Stokes here, but I turned down his 5th-year option since he only has normal dev and he's still in the 70s, so I'll probably just trade him away to make sure that Silver becomes the third corner and plays in the slot. We brought in Javon Kinlaw to play defensive tackle. The Atlanta Falcons are willing to give us outside linebacker Lorenzo Carter for Eric Stokes, the cornerback. We're going to do that so we can upgrade the outside linebacker spot. Here at the midseason point, we're off to a pretty bad start. We are 2-5 along with the Bears. The Vikings are 2-4 and the Lions are 4-3. Let's see what players we had to negotiate here. And we got $150 million in cap space. We actually have money now. Wow, I guess we finally cleared all that money that we owed to Aaron Rodgers or something. I'm not sure how that works, but David Bakhtiari, definitely want to bring him back. Probably wait till the end of the year since he's 32. Adrian Amos, he's 31. I'll wait till the end of the year on him. Lorenzo Carter is probably going to be a 1-year thing. End of the regular season, we finished 9-8, and we actually made it into the playoffs. The Vikings went 9-8, the Lions went 8-9, and the Bears went 7-10. Let's check out the player stats and see what happened over here. We had the 8th ranked offense, not too bad. Defensively, we were ranked apparently none at all because there's nothing on there. Jordan Love threw 4,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. That's a pretty good high amount of interceptions. Not good, it's bad. 70% completion is pretty freaking good. 101 rating is decent. Dameon Pierce had 1,000 yards rushing, 4.1 per carry with 13 touchdowns. The backup rookie running back had 3.6 per carry with 7 touchdowns. Matthew Thorpe had 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Henry had 1,000 with 5. Romeo Doubs had 900 yards with 8 touchdowns. And then the tight end had 800 yards with 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Devondre Campbell led the team in tackles with 90. Kayvon Thibodeau had 16 TFLs, Wyatt had 13, and Carter had 12 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau had 7.5, Carter only had 4.5, Kinlaw had 3.5. We need to get more pressure on the quarterback, obviously. The rookie cornerback Silver had 2 interceptions, McPherson had 2, Alexander had 2, Amos had 1, Walker had 1, Campbell had 1, the rookie safety had 1, and the other rookie corner had 1 as well. Coming over here to check out what the dev traits are for the rookies. The right tackle, he has star dev. And then defensively, the corner we drafted is a superstar dev. He's up to 83. That's good to see. Silver still has normal dev. Where's Ryan's? He's injured. He's still has normal dev, but he's 76. He's out for 2 weeks. And then the other safety that the computer drafted had star dev. So, I mean, it's good that we have him for this situation. Almost forgot about the running back that we drafted. He only has star dev as well, but he's already up to a 78 overall. We're playing against division rival 9-8 Minnesota Vikings in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Panthers against the Eagles, the Seahawks against the Cowboys, and the Washington Commanders had a first round bye week. Gonna simulate the game and see if we can get us a win over here. We lost to the Vikings 38-28. Titans beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 40-38 to win their first ever Super Bowl. Maxwell Alexander, their quarterback, won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow won MVP of the regular season with the Bengals. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Joe Mixon won Offensive Player of the Year with the Bengals. Apparently the Bengals had a great season on offense. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year with the Chiefs. Alright, we have $141 million in cap space. I want to try to bring the punter back. 75 overall, he just wants a 1-year deal. He's coming back. Alright, so the big thing we need to do is bring Bakhtiari back. He is 33 years old. He's 92 overall, with superstar. He wants 2 years, almost 50 mil. He's coming back. Adrian Amos is 32. He's still 84 overall with star dev. He wants a 2-year deal for 17 million. I'll go ahead and offer it to him. He's coming back. The center, Josh Myers, is 27 years old. He's 75 overall with normal dev. I'll go ahead and try to bring him back if he wants to. I guess I'll bump him up to a 3-year deal. He's coming back. Try to save a little bit of money where we can. I'm going to move on from Carter and Lowry. And that's probably going to be... Wait, here's this guy, Royce Newman. 28 years old, right guard. He's a scheme fit. 74 overall with star dev. I guess I'll go ahead and offer him. Seems like he wants to come back, so 1-year deal, pretty cheap for a starter. Team is looking like before free agency. I think on offense we're pretty much good in everything except for wide receiver. We could use a true number 1 and maybe even a number 2 or a 3, I guess you could say. But for sure a number 1. We're set on every other position. Defensively, we need a pass rusher, outside linebacker. I guess we could use a free safety even though we just drafted this guy. He still has normal dev. We're good at corner for now. The defensive line could use some work for sure. Devondre Campbell is starting to progress pretty fast. He's down to a 82. And I think he's starting to get pretty old, so... How old is he? 32, yeah, he's going to start falling off. After this year, he's probably going to lose his star dev. He's going to drop down to like 75 or something, so... See what happens in free agency. Free agency, I'm getting wide receiver Devonta Smith. He's at 89 overall, 26 years old. He has star dev, so he's going to be our true number 1. Bringing in defensive tackle Michael Pierce. I know we still have Javon Kinlaw, but I'll end up moving Kinlaw to defensive end. Bringing in a punter and also defensive end Harrison Phillips and Matthew Judon at outside linebacker. He was the best pass rusher that I could actually get. There wasn't really anyone that was better than him. There was a couple of guys that were 80, but they weren't interested at all. Here in the second round, we did not have a first round pick. I'm going to draft this outside linebacker Manny Lynn from Oklahoma. He's 6'1", 230 pounds. He's a pass coverage, which is not a scheme fit, but I plan on moving him to middle linebacker to replace Campbell after this year, most likely. He's 22 years old. He has great acceleration with elite agility, great change of direction, great jump, and elite speed. He runs the fastest 40 of all the linebackers. I know for sure that he has a tackle, which is important, obviously, as a linebacker. He has normal dead with 89 speed. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft this center, Alexander Scott from Washington State. He's 6'1", 303 pounds, agile, scheme fit. He's only 50% scouted, but he looks pretty good as an athlete. He has good acceleration, great agility, elite change of direction with great jumping, good speed, and great strength. He's got hidden dead with 89 strength. Here in the third round again, I'm going to draft this right guard, Charleston Little from Florida. He's 6'2", 316 pounds, agile, scheme fit, 22 years old, good acceleration, great agility, great change of direction with good, and great strength. He has hidden dev as well with 91 strength. In the fourth round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, David Flynn from Iowa State. He's 6'1", 235 pounds. He's a run stopper, so he'll be moved to middle linebacker as well. 22 years old. He's a top fit for us, it says on there. He has great acceleration with good change of direction, good speed, and good strength. He's got normal dev with 83 speed. Checking out our draft recap, the first three picks that we have actually look pretty good. The second round linebacker is a 73, the third round center is a 72, and the third round guard is actually a 75. With this linebacker, Manny Lynn, he's a 73 overall. He has 89 speed with normal dev, but I'm going to move him to middle linebacker because that's the position that he will be playing, and see if that jumps up his overall. It should get him a little bit of a boost up to a 73. All right, I guess it's the same. So let's check out the rest of the NFL draft. Number 1 overall pick, defensive end Potter, was a 73. Dre Boss, I had this defensive end 100% scouted. He was a true top 5. I tried to trade up for that number 2 pick, but we just didn't have enough to do it because we didn't have a first round pick. And he was the highest in the entire draft. And then the second highest was a 77 overall running back, drafted in the 4th round by the Carolina Panthers. This is what the starting lineup looks like for season 5. Jordan Love is up to a 75 overall with star dev. Damian Pierce is at 89 with star. We brought in Devontae Smith at wide receiver. He's going to be our number 1 receiver, 89 overall, star dev. Henry's 82 with star. And we still got Thorpe, he's a 79 with normal. I'm going to end up making Little the starter at center over Myers, and I'm going to trade Myers away to make sure he stays the starter. Guess I should do the same thing with Scott since he's a 75. And Newman's a 76. Yeah, I might as well do that too. Out with the old, in with the new, right? Defensively, we brought in Michael Pierce. I moved Kinlaw to defensive end, and we brought in Phillips at left end. We got Alexander's 95 superstar and McDougald. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I keep on fumbling over it. He's an 83 superstar, and then we got Silver at cornerback 3. Still going with Ryans at free safety. We got Kayvon Thibodeau, Walker, Campbell, and Judon at linebackers with Amos, an 85 overall star dev at safety. Center Josh Myers and the right guard Royce Newman up for a trade, and the Cardinals willing to give me outside linebacker Dwight Mason. He's a 77 overall star dev. He's in his 2nd year. He is a run stopper, so I'll end up moving him to middle linebacker. He'll just be a backup for this season, and then he could potentially start for us next year. We're off to a decent start here at the midseason point. We're 4-3, second in the division to the 5-2 Bears, and the Vikings are 4-3 as well with us. The Lions are 1-5. Let's check out what players we have to negotiate with. We got $113 million in cap space. Damian Pierce is going to be trying to come back. Definitely want to get him back. Looks like we got a few guys here. So Damian Pierce wants 5 years, $36 million. He's not extremely interested at all. So I'm going to bump him up to a 6-year deal and see if he accepts it. He could find a better team in free agency. All right. Jenkins, the left guard, he's an 88 overall. Definitely want to try to bring him back on this 3-year deal. He's glad that we got the deal done. Michael Pierce, I'm going to wait till the end of the year. Tress Way, I'm going to wait till the end of the year on him. Pretty much just going to wait till the end of the year on everyone else. Romeo Doubs, We don't really need him. I saw they had some trade offers for him. I'll probably just try to trade him away. Christian Watson, I know he's been doing great in real life, but they haven't updated him in Madden, so he just has normal dev. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7, won the division. The Vikings went 9-8, the Bears went 9-8, and the Lions went 4-13. Let's check out the season stats and see how things went for us. We had the second ranked offense, very nice. Jordan Love had the best season of his career so far, defensively 21st. Jordan Love threw for 5,100 yards, 45 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 72% completion with a 114 rating. So yeah, that's pretty freaking good. Dameon Pierce, 1,200 yards, 4.9 per carry with 14 touchdowns. Pretty good season from him. Devontae Smith had almost 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns on 117 catches. D'Angelo Henry had 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Thorpe had 1,000 yards with 12 touchdowns. The tight end Pete Rudd had 800 yards with 10 touchdowns. Defensively, Devondre Campbell led the team in tackles with 125. Quay Walker had 115. Matthew Judon led the team in tackles for loss with 17. Thibodeau had 16. Matthew Judon led the team in sacks with 8.5. Thibodeau had 7.5. Phillips had 7. Interceptions, Terrence Silver had 3. Alexander had 3. Campbell had 2. Amos had 2, Walker had 1, and Jasir Taylor had 1. We're playing against the 11-6 49ers in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Seahawks against the Commanders. We have the Falcons against the Giants, and we have the Cowboys getting a first round bye week. Simulate this wild card game and see if we get us a win. And we get the win 28-24. We're going to be playing against the 11-6 Seahawks in the divisional round. And on the other side, we have the Cowboys against the Giants. The Seahawks beat the Commanders 34-28. Gonna simulate this playoff game and see if we get us another win here and make it to the NFC Conference Championship game or not. And we lost 35-30 to the Seahawks. The Cowboys beat the Bills 31-28 in the Super Bowl to win their 8th Super Bowl. Middle linebacker Nathan Miles won Super Bowl MVP for the Cowboys. And this rebuild we've been doing, the Cowboys have won or made it to the Super Bowl all 4 times, and they won 3 of them. Joe Burrow has won NFL MVP with the Bengals. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year with the Cowboys. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year with the Chiefs. Dang, they got Nick Bosa. We had 3 guys retire. Michael Pierce, the defensive tackle, retired. Matthew Judon, the outside linebacker, retired. And David Bakhtiari, our left tackle, retired after 13 years. We have $147 million in cap space, and we need to bring back Dameon Pierce for sure. Already offered him a 6-year deal, and he turned it down. So let's go ahead and try to offer him a 7-year deal, I guess. Not really realistic for a running back, but he's coming back. This is going to be the last year of the rebuild anyways. Harrison Phillips, I'm going to see if I can upgrade his position. I'm going to see if I can upgrade pretty much everyone that's left. So this is going to be the last year of the rebuild. We're going to try to go all in and get this Super Bowl. Checking out the team salaries, Devondre Campbell is 33 years old. He's down to a 76 overall. He's on the last year of his deal. He's going to get paid $11.8 million, but I'm going to go ahead and release him and save $8.75 million. It's not like we really need the money, but he's not going to be getting any playing time, and he's already, regressed too much. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. We need a new left tackle since Bakhtiari retired. The tight end Rudd is up to X Factor. Oh, crap. Hell yeah. Devontae Smith's up to superstar. Defensively, we lost Devondre Campbell. We could roll with Mason since we just traded for him. Let's see if we can get us a beast middle linebacker in free agency or not. We do need another pass rushing outside linebacker since Judon retired. We need a whole new defensive line here. And we could use an upgrade at free safety. We'll see how this stuff goes here. Bringing in Orlando Brown at left tackle. He's 84 overall with star dev. Bringing in a punter. Bringing in Grover Stewart at defensive tackle. He's 83 overall with star dev. Getting a kicker. Bringing in Bradley Chubb to play outside linebacker pass rusher for us. He was the best one that was available in free agency. Also getting Eric Armstead and Neville Gallimore. They're both defensive tackles, but I'll be moving them to defensive end to fill up our 3-4 defensive line. Alright, I'm going to trade for free safety Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Steelers. I'm going to give him a 1st round pick, 2nd round pick, and a 3rd round pick instead of trying to draft players in the draft in the last season. I have a bunch of guys 100% scouted, but none of them are top 5 true talent. I don't know for sure, so If there was one that was top 5 for sure, I would draft them, but I don't know for sure, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make this trade. I just went ahead and simulated the entire draft since it's the last year anyways. The computer drafted this wide receiver. He's a 75 overall deep threat hidden dev. That's a pretty good pick from the computer. And then the third round they drafted a tight end. That's a 74 overall with hidden dev also. Dang, pretty good picks for the computer, even though we already have an X factor at tight end. And then they drafted a quarterback in the 5th round. See what the entire NFL draft is looking like. Number 1 overall pick was a 73 overall outside linebacker. Highest in the whole draft was a 78 cornerback, and then a 77 quarterback, 77 D tackle, and a 77 running back. The starting lineup is looking like, on offense we got 77 overall quarterback Jordan Love, 91 overall Pierce at running back. We do still have Henry at wide receiver, but he's injured for 1 week, so he'll be wide receiver 2. And then Devontae Smith's a 91 superstar. Offensive line looks freaking amazing. We still got our X Factor tight end with the hidden dev backup tight end. Defensively, we upgraded the defensive line. We also brought in Bradley Chubb at outside linebacker. Traded for Minka Fitzpatrick at free safety. Still got 2 superstar corners. Apparently the computer drafted a hidden dev guy also. And then we got Silver also playing at cornerback 3 in the slot. Quay Walker is going to be our starting middle linebacker number 1, so he should be getting a lot more tackles this year. Here at the midseason point, we're off to a great start. We're 5-2, tied with the Lions for the lead in the division. The Bears are 3-4, and the Vikings are 1-6, simulating to the playoffs. In the regular season, we finished 12-5, won the division. The Bears went 8-9, the Lions went 6-11, and the Vikings went 6-11 as well. Let's check out the player stats over here. We had the 2nd-ranked offense. It looked like Jordan Love had the best season yet. Defensively 25th, so defense has fallen off. Jordan Love threw for 5,000 yards, 47 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. 70% completion with the 121 rating. Wow, that's freaking high. That's MVP for real. Dameon Pierce rushed for 1,270 yards, 5.1 per carry with 9 touchdowns. Pretty solid production from him yet again. Devontae Smith, 1,300 yards, receiving 11 touchdowns. Thorpe, 1,100 yards with 11 touchdowns. Henry, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Tight end Rudd almost had 1,000 yards with 9 touchdowns. Defensively, Quay Walker led the team in tackles with 119. Gallimore and Armstead both had 14 TFLs. Bradley Chubb had 14, and Grover Stewart had 13. Bradley Chubb had 13, my bad. Kayvon Thibodeau finally getting us some good sacks here with 12.5. Bradley Chubb only had 5.5. Quay Walker 4.5. Gallimore had 4. Interceptions, Marcus had 2 or 3. Kayvon Thibodeau had 2. Amos had 2. Alexander had 2. Quay Walker had 1. Silver had 1. Ryans had 1, and Minka Fitzpatrick only had 1 interception. We're going to be playing against division rival 8-9 Chicago Bears in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Seahawks against the Giants, the Panthers against the Cowboys, and the Washington Commanders had a bye week once again. Gonna simulate this playoff game and see if we can make it to the next round. We did beat the Bears 40-28. We're gonna be going against the 10-7 Seahawks in the playoffs once again. We played them last year. On the other side, we have the Commanders against the Panthers. I'm going to be simulating this playoff game as well. See if we can get this win against the Seahawks. And they beat us again. We lost 24-21. Well, come on. 2026 season recap. The Chiefs beat the Commanders in the Super Bowl 35-14 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Nick Bolton won Super Bowl MVP with the Chiefs. Jordan Love won MVP of the regular season with the Packers. Let's go. I knew he was going to with all those crazy stats he put up. Chris Wolf won Coach of the Year with the Commanders. Devontae Adams won Offensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year yet again with the Chiefs. So what the final team is looking like, Jordan Love is up to 84 overall with Superstar. He just won an MVP. Did not make it to the Super Bowl, but obviously he has a lot of potential in the game and in real life. But yeah, he just threw for 47 touchdowns, the most of the rebuild, and only had 6 interceptions. Rating was 121, which is freaking ridiculous. But yeah, I think that he has a lot of potential in real life. Obviously, I don't know if he's going to be the starter for the rest of the season in real life for the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers said that he should be back for the next game. But I'm sure Packers fans are happy with what they saw and the little glimpse of the game. Jordan Love coming in, lighting it up. And then who's this X Factor? I think that's a wide receiver that the computer drafted. He has X Factor. Henry's up to 86 with star dub. We got Damian Pierce 94 with star dub. Devontae Smith 93 with superstar. Offensive line is all freaking amazing. Tight end 93 with X Factor. Defensively, I mean, the defensive line was not that great the whole time, but I mean, we did good enough to where we made it to the playoffs a lot. Bradley Chubb already lost his star dub. Thibodeau's up to superstar. And we got Fitzpatrick and Amos at safety. McDougald is still a superstar. Alexander lost his superstar. He's down to star, but he's still at 93 overall. Overall, I think it was a pretty good rebuild. If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Say something down in the comments. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.